करने का बिल है।
धन्यवाद। नेक्स्ट स्पीकर श्रीमती सुप्रिया सुले जी, 1 मिनट। सुप्रिया सुले जी, एक मिनट प्लीज। No, now the time is already 6. If the House unanimously agree, we will extend the House up to 7, as directed by the Honorable Speaker. Okay, the House is extended up to 7. Please.
Thank you, sir. I would like to speak on this Delhi Municipal Corporation bill. I appreciated the lines of the Honorable Home Minister when he first started his speech on the introduction of the bill, where he said this will be a very academic discussion and let's not making. What he said was let's rise above politics and have a healthy debate. And it's very unfortunate that both the Treasury bench speakers have only spoken politically. It's very unfortunate. And I really felt that I appreciate the Honorable Home Minister because he was probably looking for some good discussion, good suggestions where we could really, truly make a difference in the city where we all owe a lot to. This city gives us our second home. We come here, and being the capital of India, it definitely is something that we need to all contribute to. Parvesh Verma, as well as the earlier speaker, both made very interesting comments. They both kept talking about the glorious work done by their party and their representatives. So I stand perplexed and confused that does MCD have money or doesn't have money? I'll give you an example. Sir, midday meal के बारे में बोला, बहुत अच्छी schools बनाई, बहुत अच्छे programs बनाए, फिर ये सब अगर हो रहा है और अच्छा चल रहा है, and one more thing he said कि school, medical systems घर दिए और आंगनवाड़ी सेविका को permanent भी कर दिया. So, इतना सब अच्छा चल रहा है, तो बुरा क्या है इसमें? तो जो चल रहा है वो अच्छा चल रहा है. So MCD is doing a very good job. So then where is the problem? So if debt is the problem, then I want to ask one question. Meenakshi Likhi, I'm glad you replied me. In December 2021, the leader of the 3 corporations approached the Union Finance Minister seeking for payment of salaries. The request was denied by the Finance Minister. This is what the Court of Government of India is, sir. So how does this thing change? I'm happy to yield. I'm happy to yield.
5 times, according to you only, 5 times the revenue of Delhi government has increased. 5 times the municipal corporation revenue should have also increased. It has not. And as per the Finance Commission, even that has not been paid.
Totally agree with Meenakshi ji. Meenakshi ji, then there's another solution I can give you on the same ground that you're saying, that according to the rules of this land, which we follow is by the Constitution of India. Now, according to the Constitution of India, which also Parvesh Verma mentioned in his speech, what he said was that this money deserves to come to us and this unification is going to solve the problem. Well, I'm buying the argument. I'm sure the intention of the government is very noble in doing so. I'm not doubting their intention. I'm doubting the way it's directed. What did he say, sir? It's the timing. हम लोग 1 साल पहले कर. I will come to your point, Meenakshi, for sure. But just let me finish Parvesh's point. What he said first was, it's the timing, sir, of this. He says 5 साल पहले. Now, the election was, this decision was taking of unification on the day the Delhi Municipal Corporation election was going to be announced. That's where the first doubt in my mind came as a normal citizen. That if you are announcing, the State Election Commission is announcing the election, what happens 5 hours before that they suddenly felt, no, we want to go for unification. If they think unification is a solution and if it's for the betterment, so be it. It's a good suggestion. No harm in trying it. You tried a tri-party thing, you think it didn't work, you want to unify, nothing wrong. Change is inevitable in any administration. So I have no problem in either way going forward. But the point is, it's the timing of it. And not just timing, sir. He is talking that हम लोग 5 साल पूरा करने चाहिए. Very good. I'm happy you wanted to complete. But if delimitation was a suggestion, why did they not start the process of delimitation before the elections? हमारे महाराष्ट्र में जब कॉर्पोरेशन की इलेक्शन है, अरविंद सावंत जी जानते हैं, जब delimitation करना चाहते हैं, उसका प्रोसेस इलेक्शन का टर्म खत्म होने के पहले करते हैं, because we do not want to delay anything. Why should a prashasik come? We are here elected members to run Think about it, Meenakshi ji. If tomorrow delimitation ab baad mein kare, to 5 saal hi. It's not about it. It's not about this. It's an academic point I'm making. This is not about UPA versus NDA. Some things have to rise above politics, and we need to have some deliberative. Like you all are doing deliberately. हमारे यहाँ पूना में, पूना भी एक corporation है, पूना municipal, पिंपरी चिंचवड़ एक अगला corporation है. So we made two completely separate bodies. So is that a solution you could have thought of, looking at PMC and PCMC? Now, could that be an option? Because you are looking, अमित शाह जी ने भी उनके शुरुआत में कहा कि वो number of corporators कम कर रहे हैं, और हमारे महाराष्ट्र में और जैसे दिल्ली में है, हर जगह लोक संख्या बढ़ी जा रही है. So actually the pressure, it's like my constituency, sir. Now it's increased much more. Now is it manageable? And it's not only for me, it's applicable for every member of parliament. लोक संख्या जब बढ़ती है तो जो 5 करोड़ रुपया, जो 1 करोड़ रुपया परवेश भाई भी मांग रहे थे, अभी पूरे 5 करोड़ मिले भी नहीं, और एक कहां से दूं, बहन के नाते दे भी सकती थी अगर आपकी सरकार मुझे 5 करोड़ पूरा दे देती थी. But that's not the point we are arguing here. On a lighter note, I was saying that. But on a very serious note, when you do delimitation, isn't increasing the number better than decreasing? What is the logic of reducing the corporators? क्योंकि जो डेंसिटी होगी नंबर ऑफ वोटर्स की वो फिर बढ़ेगी, फिर वो एक नगर सेवक जो होगा वो कैसे मैनेज कर पाएगा? बिकॉज नंबर ऑफ citizens or population is clearly going up in any city, और दिल्ली में तो हो ही रहा है सर. So what is the theory behind this government doing this? Now coming back to your point, Meenakshi ji, I appreciate what you're saying. My only limited point was that the right of this, according to the constitution, which Parvesh Verma was saying, what happens in this is, according to what he said, which his contradiction was, in the part 9 and 9A, because of the 73rd and 74th amendment, which is said, according to this, the enactment of this, the position has changed. The original enactment was that the central government could have done it. But when the bifurcation, the trifurcation happened, we debated it, you know better than me, that it happened in the Delhi Assembly. So why are we not doing this in Delhi Assembly, and why are we debating municipal issues यहाँ? कोई जरूरत नहीं है, आज बात कर लेते वहाँ पे. And according to this, I am not sure whether this is going to really work. कोई कोर्ट में चला जाएगा और चक्कर हो जाएगा. What are we going to achieve by this? And I urge this. This is India's parliament. We are here to make country, not discuss corporations. ऐसे तो कल ऐसे आपने तो गोवा और जम्मू कश्मीर का तो एक तो बिल ला लिए, but दिल्ली का आप ला लिए, because then this is when we feel there's a contradiction and there's a hidden agenda. Why only Delhi? Because there is a administrator or power government today which is not of your ideology. Daman and Diu, same issue. Why is they not discussed here? Why is Goa not discussed here? Why Jammu Kashmir is not discussed here? Same logic is applicable, no? So give us an argument to that. So I think this is purely technical, and I think you should think about the timing. Like they said, the State Election Commission had an official invite to the press conference at 5 o'clock, and then this decision was taken. That's the reason we are saying, and we feel that kuch gadbad. I'm not saying, I'm sure your intent is very good, but delaying is not going to help anybody. An administrator being there, जो आम आदमी है दिल्ली वाला, कहाँ जाएगा? वो कॉर्पोरेटर के जाता है, अगर उसका डीपी जल जाता है, उसका गटर का प्रॉब्लम होता है, पानी का प्रॉब्लम होता है, किसको जाएगा मिलने अभी वो? He'll have to run to his MLA, but corporator is something जो 24/7 आपके सुख दुख में रहता है. That's why this whole distribution of power is in the constitution, and I think that's the whole idea. Decentralization of power. And I'm not saying Honorable Modi ji n number of times has talked, and I have his quotes which I can come back to if I'm given that kind of time. The other thing I was talking about is autonomy. A lot has been talked about autonomy. We even discussed earlier about autonomy. I think the problem with all this government bill after bill which is coming, which is actually taking autonomy away from the states and cooperative federalism. जब अरुण जी यहाँ बैठते थे, मुझे 200 बार he must have quoted. I can tell you quotes of cooperative federalism. There is no cooperative federalism. It's becoming lesser and lesser is the feeling I'm getting while working here. Excessive centralization of powers. I'll give you an example, sir. That you said that the Congress got the LG to bring more power. Now, two wrongs straight away. You can't selectively like the Congress and dislike the Congress, Meenakshi. Because your first speaker said, Delhi की तो सारी powers LG को उसने दी थी. Now, 2 minutes. Now, if Parvesh can speak so long, just 2 minutes. I'm not criticizing. I'm only giving honest feedback because I genuinely love this country and I truly want to make a difference by being here, by contributing, not just criticizing them for the sake of criticizing. But how do you selectively use the LG powers? When it suits you, the LG is a good man. If the Congress करे, तो बुरा ऐसा नहीं होता ना. Administration has to be better. See, governance is continuity. One day you're sitting here, one day we will sit there. But that doesn't mean we misuse the power. It is here. Why is the governor here? Not to make life miserable of the administrative people who are elected. I am suffering that in my state. I will tell you some other day what problems there are. When the governor starts, because all good work that you want to do is hampered by these kind of interventions. And look at the legacies of governors. In my state, what kind of tall leaders we have had at governors. Very, very big people. Ali Awar Jung, Latif ji. What kind of people? PC Alexander. These are legacies of governors that we have had. So what is the problem? I can't understand. And even talking about cooperative federalism, it's very, very important to leave the states alone. Doesn't matter. आज केजरीवाल जी की सरकार है, कल आपकी भी आ सकती है दिल्ली में. But by doing all this, this is not the way it's going to solve all our legislative problems. You want to make Delhi MCD. Like that anyway, Amit Shah ji controls that entire thing. So this is something completely out of. So how, I just want to know the mechanism by merging all this. Sir, if you in your reply can explain to me, what is the big magic difference is this conversion going to bring? To me, it doesn't matter whether there are 3 parts or 1 part, as long as people get better service is my point. All the recommendations, I still remember Modi ji talking about cooperative federalism when he was chief minister. I still remember his words. This actually he said when he was the prime minister. He said that Baba Saheb gave a constitution to a federal structure to strengthen our unity. Sadly, UPA's intent was striking the core ideas. What are you doing today? You at that time said that UPA was doing this. Today what else is? Cooperative. And again Modi ji in 2012 said, Modi ji said in a Times of India, sir, cooperative is not coercive federalism for a strong republic. This is what his thinking was. He said cooperative federalism, our government is about attitude of cooperation instead of confrontation. What are these speeches? These speeches were only about confrontation. We want cooperatism. So if there are any solutions that, and UTs, look at, there are so many examples I can give about UTs. Look what's happening in Lakshadweep. Twice I have met the Honorable Home Minister for these issues. Our lady, she's unfortunately not here, Mrs. Delkar. I know what she went through. She lost her husband. And that same gentleman who was managing that UT has now moved to Lakshadweep and making people's life miserable in Lakshadweep. And the Honorable Home Minister has been very kind and indulged us with time, and he's assured us that he will find a solution to make sure Lakshadweep works very peacefully.
Kindly conclude.
So I am concluding, sir. I just request to you that in governance, there are differences of opinions, there are differences of governments. But from election to election, we can definitely have, but we can't just have jugglery of institutions. Institutions must be maintained. There can be debate and discussions, but I think my only request to this government is, please do not bring assembly issues to parliament. Do not bring what needs to corporation ka jo kaam hai, wo parliament nahi aana chahiye. Parliament is a larger role in policy making for government of India. I think it's about nation building, not corporation buildings. So I urge that please let's send it to the assembly, let the assembly debate it, and let's do what is for the betterment of this country. So I urge this, please believe in cooperative federalism. There was a time Arun Jaitley ji used to constantly talk about it. After Arun ji, I hear that word seldom, and I'm looking forward to build a better India. You take Baba Saheb Ambedkar's name. Please walk the talk, follow the constitution, and respect cooperative federalism. Thank you so much.